Hi there, nice to meet you. I'm Flavia and would like to show you some cards I made, and they are definitely something for Harry Potter fans. The paper I used is a Canson mixed media paper with 200 grams per square meter, and out of this paper I cut my card bases in squares. One is slightly smaller than the other. I also made 4 little holes with a needle, as you can see here, but this is not necessary if you don't want to do the last step that you will see at the end of this video. Let's start with the first card. I took the bigger card base and taped it down with a painter's tape. This is going to minimize the warping the water will create. You can see the pencil sketch I made before I started with watercoloring. I let it dry. Now I took some Indian ink, that's a waterproof and really intense black ink, to draw the happy birthday, Hagrid on his bike and the landscape. For the finishing touches, I took a pink color pencil to fill in Hagrid's umbrella. I repeated this step with glossy accent and I used it as well for the letters. I made also an interior for this card. I trimmed down some paper and used my scissors to roughen the edges. Then I dyed the whole thing using some coffee powder, hot water and a makeup sponge. I used a heat gun to speed up the drying process. As you can see, the paper is really warped. I think I have to ask Harry Potter for help. After the paper had some time to flatten, I used some double-sided tape and glued it down on my card base. Let's move on to the second card. This one is funnier and quite unusual. You might have never seen it before. It's about the entry of the Ministry of Magic. And this is, as you as a Harry Potter expert certainly know, a public toilet. And the one who likes to visit the ministry stands inside the toilet and flushes himself down. That's exactly why we are going to create a toilet. First, I draw the basic shape of a toilet lid and I cut it out using my scissors. I did this twice, but the second time I cut it slightly smaller. The smaller piece is going to be the toilet seat. I helped myself with a guiding line. I draw with a pencil and I cut it out again using my scissors. Back to the lid. I made a fold on the top and I draw the logo of the Ministry of Magic on the back side of it using again Indian ink. To give the card some color, I made some splashes and brush strokes with some light grey and blue watercolor. But first I draw the inner shape of the toilet seat on my card base. After the watercolor dried, I cut a hole inside of my mark. While this is drying, I put some foam tape on the back side of the toilet seat and on the very top of the front side where the lid is going to attach to the seat. I removed the backside of the foam tape and put everything together. But something is still missing, and these are the shoes. I draw them quickly with Indian ink and some red and brown color pencil. After I finished this, I grabbed some twine and stitched the shoestrings. I secured the twine on the backside with a knot. I cut a pair out using my scissors. Also this time I used some foam tape to give it some dimension, and I stick the pair of shoes inside of the hole I cut earlier. I gave it a generous coat of glossy accent, which finished my second card. Here you can see some close-up pictures, but because I like to overwork my cards, I went even a step further. I attached the two cards together with some twine. I put the toilet card, which is slightly smaller if you may remember, in the middle. For this step I used the 4 little holes I mentioned in the beginning. You may ask how I could use so many layers. That's easy if you like to create little stories like I do. So the story for this card is the following. I asked the recipient of the card if his flight with Hagrid was good and if he entered well inside the Ministry of Magic to get his paper. Then I moped a bit how arduous it is that the owls are in a strike, which should explain why he had to get his papers in the ministry himself. So the last page is going to be the paper my friend received in the ministry, and this is the invention to a exchange semester for the Hogwarts School for Witchcraft and Wizardry. I hope I could create some smiles with this and spread some inspiration. Please feel free to leave a comment down below. I'm always glad to receive some review. Subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Thank you for watching and happy crafting.